You've seen the home that checks most, if not all, of the boxes, and you could really see yourself and your family living there. The downside, so has 6 to 12 other families. In this market, creative and strategic offers are absolutely vital. Hi, I'm Kara with Structure Real Estate Group here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today's video is all about strategizing that offer. All right, here we go. My first tip is to have a lender pre-approval letter versus just a pre-qualification letter. A pre-qualification is supplying the lender with an overall financial picture to get an estimate on how much home you should qualify for. Getting pre-approved is actually the next step in the process, meaning you have already filled out the loan application, submitted the necessary documentation for the lender to perform an extensive credit and financial background check. This shows you are a motivated and qualified buyer. Also, using a reputable local lender will also strengthen your offer. Contingencies, meaning your offer on the new home is contingent on selling your current home, are really not competitive in this market and will almost always hurt your chances of getting your offer accepted. Think of it as the domino effect. If something goes wrong with your deal, it will affect the seller of the home that you are buying. Most sellers will not take that risk in this type of market. So, there are two options. First, talk to your lender prior to looking at homes or listing your current home. Some people are in a strong enough financial position where they can get approved on the new loan without selling their current home, in turn making their offer non-contingent. If you are not in this position, your primary focus should be to get your current home listed and sold and have some sort of temporary housing option in place. You may also be able to accept an offer that allows for a post-closing occupancy agreement, which conveniently brings me to my next point. Offer a post-closing occupancy agreement. If the seller's situation requires the funds from the sale of their home, but they need more time to, say, find their next home or to move, they would essentially rent their home back from you, the new owner, after closing. Finding out how and accommodating the seller can absolutely strengthen your offer. In every purchase agreement, there are dates and deadlines on items that need to be completed in order to close on the home. Let's say the home is vacant and your lender has confirmed that they can accommodate a 25-day close versus a 30-day close. This might be appealing to the seller with a vacant home and would absolutely strengthen your offer in that scenario. So shift around those dates, see how you can accommodate the seller. Getting the inspection done early and moving that deadline up also shows how serious you are about getting the home, since you are willing to pay for a full home inspection right away, essentially putting more skin in the game. Money, money, money. After doing this for several years now, there is one thing that is consistent in every transaction. It almost always comes down to the bottom line. After all, this is a business transaction. So be sure to set yourself up beforehand to ensure you are in the strongest financial position possible. Keep in mind, in this market, the list price is just the starting point. So be sure to look at homes well below your max budget or comfortability level and ask your agent what the average over asking price is for your area. Of course, this will largely depend on how much competition the specific home has. After finding out what competition there is, if needed, and if you really want the home, come in as aggressive as you are able and feel comfortable doing. Increase the earnest money deposit by a couple thousand. Again, more skin in the game, showing that you are a serious buyer. You can also offer an appraisal gap, meaning you will cover up to a certain amount if the appraisal comes in less than the purchase price offered. And another thing is you can state that you will only focus on health, safety, and appraisal issues for inspection items. Since you will be paying for your own closing costs in a market like this, maybe offer to pay the seller's HOA transfer fees. Really anything that's going to help their bottom line. A few final thoughts. This market is absolutely brutal, so if you continually keep losing out on homes, start looking at homes that aren't as turnkey. You know, those fixable flaws I talked about in my last video. You'll have less competition and might be able to keep maybe a little bit more cash in your pocket while still taking advantage of these historically low interest rates.
Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time, stay savvy.